Welcome back to the show. My next guest tonight is a sports columnist for the Herald-Dispatch. At times, his views on Marshall athletics may be unsettling to the Herd universe, but right, wrong, or stupid, if it deals with Marshall sports, he's going to write about it. Please welcome Chuck Landon. Chuck, thanks for coming on this show. This is Courtney.
Hello, Courtney.
Have a seat, have a seat, have a seat. Oh, man. I've got to let you know something. I work with the athletic department every now and then, and I just need to ask you one thing to start with. What the hell is wrong with you?
Jamie, I've always kind of been a troublemaker. I was a very difficult child.
All right. Well, just so we had that out of the way, because I told a lot of people that you're here today, like, what, Chuck's here? Really? All right. Do we need to get a police escort? I'm like, maybe. You never know. Uh-oh. Mr. Popular getting a telephone call. That's okay, though. Who is it?
I forgot to turn it.
That's all right. They see you on television.
I
That's
forgot
awesome.
to turn it on Wi-Fi. That's what it was.
All right. So let me ask you this. The joke was that you do, the things that you write. I want to keep going. Now, this is great. The music is actually helping me. This is so good.
It's my camera.
Is it really? You want to take a picture with it? Right. No, the thing is, the stuff you write for the HD, it's unsettling. It's a difficult pill to swallow, but it's factual. Some of the stuff that you write, and we'll get to that in a second, it's truth, but just the way you write it sometimes comes across negative. Talk about that real quick.
Well, sometimes it has to be negative. People don't always want to hear the truth. Sometimes you have to drag them kicking and screaming to the truth. But that's what journalism's about. It isn't always happy, fuzzy. Sometimes it's the need to know and the need to inform the public on opinions.
Now, again, you're not really the cheerleader for Marshall athletics, and I know that there's some people that say, at the press conferences for basketball, football, all sports, that the reporters don't ask the hard questions. You, on the other hand, you go right to the meat. You're like, hey, why are we doing this wrong? And you demand an answer. You get some backlash from that sometimes too, don't you?
Oh, of course. But that's to be expected. It doesn't matter. I tell people all the time, it doesn't matter if you agree with me. I don't expect people to agree with me all the time. But as long as you read it, then that's all I can ask for.
And here's the deal. Last weekend, and I always get the Herald-Dispatch. It's always sitting on my desk. You had it in the Saturday paper. You called it. You said Marshall will lose 28-20 because you did your history, you did your facts. You knew 1-11 coming off a bye week. How do you want to go to Vegas? I'll put it that way. How did you know that? What's the deal?
I tell you what, I missed one bad extra point. Kept me from hitting it right on the nose. The Southern Miss kicker let me down.
Oh, well, we need to talk to him about that.
Well, yeah.
So let's talk about this. I mentioned a second ago that some of the things you write about is truthful. Some of them aren't so truthful. Let's talk about the whole green helmets thing, because you had an article before the season started. You talked to somebody in the equipment department, and they said, no green helmets this year. Lo and behold, guess what came out the first game of the season? The green helmets.
I still get a little green when I think about all that. It's ugh.
But you did a retraction. You wrote a whole article about that and said, hey,
I explained what happened.
So not bad. So sometimes you get things wrong, right?
Well, it's inevitable. At times you get wrong, and the key thing is not to be so arrogant that you won't admit that when you're wrong. That's the key thing.
Well, being wrong, we're normally right over here all the time, so I'm not used to being wrong. Courtney laughs. Oh, now Courtney's brought into the conversation. Are you doing okay over there, Courtney?
I'm doing
Do you have your phone on, by the way?
Nope. I left my phone in the control room.
All right, smart girl. Well, let's talk about this. I really can't believe I'm even going to ask this of you, Chuck. What does the Thundering Herd football team need to do to get their momentum back? What changes do you think needs to be made?
Well, there's this.
Well, no, wait a minute. No, we talked about, no. Let's not ask that question. Let's see what else do we have here. Let's move on. Now, again, I know a lot of people are upset about the curtain situation, but, hopefully, I've always said this. I love basketball. Coach Donnie Jones was on the show last week. I'm sure you saw the show, right?
Yes.
And
I knew Donnie was your last guest.
That's right.
I'm following a tough act.
No, Donnie's great. But I really enjoy basketball, and let's talk about the basketball season. I really hope that the pendulum of excitement swings from football, like in the 90s, back to basketball. We've got a great season coming up, don't we?
I really think so. I think this is a year that you're going to see Marshall win 18-20 games. And go to the postseason. Now if you win in today's climate in collegiate basketball, if you win 18-20, you're going to be in postseason somewhere. It may not be the NCAA or the NIT. It might be the next one down. But right at this point, with all of the 9 newcomers he's got on the team, hey, postseason's postseason.
And let's talk about Whiteside. I mean, you're sitting right there in front of him. Is this guy a real beast like you're writing about? I mean, you call him the spark plug.
He's amazing. He did something amazing, you know, in their last game, you know, against Middle Tennessee State, where he went out. A guy shot about a 15 to 18-foot jumper off of the left corner baseline, and Whiteside went out, and I thought, well, there's no way, and he was able to go up and get the ball halfway to the basket. And I was just like, wow. I mean, that's just, you know, it's amazing. And he's going to just get more amazing because he's not finished growing yet.
It's exciting basketball, and I'm really looking forward to this season. One thing that's really sad this year for me, and probably you too, is the loss of Ernie Salvatore. If we can be serious for a second, Ernie was great for us, and I know as a mentor for you. I mean, talk about how not having Ernie on press row, how that's different this year.
Well, it's really different for me because I sat next to him. All football season, he sat next to me. All basketball season, he sat next to me. So we were always there, and we were always telling stories, and I'm telling him jokes, and you know, it was always good to have him right there. And he was so supportive of me when I came down here. Mm-hmm. He was one of the key people that went to bat for me and was supportive of me from the very beginning. And he made no bones about the fact that, hey, that now it was my turn and he wanted me to carry on and this kind of stuff, which he didn't need to say, but he did. And that's the kind of man he was, that he didn't have that ego and everything, that he couldn't say that, and he did. And he was extremely, and I'll never forget him saying that to me because he was that supportive of me.
And Ernie was, I mean, he was the type of reporter that he didn't beat around the bush either. If
No.
the team is not doing well, he will ask the coach, what are you doing during practice? What are you doing?
Ernie used to keep score. He used to have a tally of how many coaches he ran out of. I think
How many do you have, Chuck?
I don't run anybody out of anywhere. If somebody gets fired, they get fired on their own merits.
Yeah. Well, again, people see you all the time. I mean, what's the morale like when people meet you? Are they scared to say, hey, this is Chuck Landon. I don't want him to say anything bad about me. I'm just going to keep walking. Or do they see you on the street and say, hey,
oh, yeah.
love your articles? Or,
oh, yeah. Most people have been extremely supportive. I mean, every now and then you'll see somebody that wants to disagree with you and that kind of stuff, especially if you're in a sports bar and they've been overserved. But
we should start doing that here, by the way. No, we can't. It's a university. We can't serve drinks. Can we?
Where?
Here. Can we start serving drinks to the audience?
No.
Okay.
I mean, you can get fired and I'll take
Your
over the
studio
show.
audience
Like,
would be a lot.
It'll be much better. Even our crew, I think we should. They're doing a great job. Chuck, thanks for coming on the show. We really appreciate it. Chuck Landon, everyone. We'll be right back with gold medalist Kayla Williams. Don't go anywhere.